Good morning, everyone. 2:58 on Tuesday, November. Can you believe it? November the 15th. We're halfway through November already. I don't know about you, but my summer disappeared very, very quickly. It was a good summer, don't get me wrong. We had great weather this year here in the New York zone, but my goodness, I'm not sure how we're almost at getting towards Christmas time. I was at Costco on the weekend, and they already have all their Christmas gear going. We have a nursery here too in our neighborhood, and selling Christmas trees already. I cannot believe it, but here we are. Excuse me. My throat's a little dry this morning, as usual when the heating system's on, because it's around the freezing mark here, pretty close to it. Dries out the old throat, but we'll get through. Thanks for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you. And we're going to be looking at these markets this morning. I'm trading the NASDAQ today, as we have been for the last 3 or 4 weeks now since we started the channel. Had tremendous support, and I want to thank you for joining us, not just on here, but on Twitter and the Telegram channel. All free, by the way. Just come on by. If you have a positive attitude and you want to learn and a positive vibe and encouraging others and have a beginner's mind and all those good things, we'd love to have you. All right, we have a 10-minute chart, by the way, on the left-hand side and a 1-minute chart on the right-hand side, and that's about it. You'll see these charts are very, very clean. There's a few lines and stuff, and there's a one yellow line there on the left-hand side. That's a 20 EMA, exponential moving average. You can use whatever period you like. It's just the one that I happen to use on the 1-minute chart. So again, 10 minutes on the left, 1 minute on the right. And we're waiting here for the London session to open, which will happen in about 7 seconds. 7 seconds, we'll see this candle appear right here on the 10-minute chart. And there it is. And we are open. We're open in London. We're going to watch this thing now and see what happens. Probably get a little bit of chaos here. It's not really chaos in the London session usually. That's what chaos is in the New York session lately. The big flurry of activity where all the traders come in and start placing their bets for the day. I just took off my Apple Watch to charge. I realized it was low on energy here, and I want to make sure that I monitor my heart rate throughout the day. I don't look at it that often anymore. It seems very, very stable and kind of the high 40s, low 50s. I have a very low resting heart rate, especially for my age, and I'm grateful for that. And I pretty much maintain it all day long. I don't get very worked up about my trades. I don't get worked up at all, actually, anymore. I used to. I mean, 3 decades ago. But not anymore. I've learned to become very clinical about this whole thing. And I will tell you that once you learn that, the game changes dramatically in a very positive way. It doesn't mean being unemotional. You'll never kill it. People say, if I can just stop being emotional and I'll be a better trader, I'll be good. And that's actually, not true, because if you're unemotional, you're dead, right? You are an emotional creature. You will always have emotions. And if you try to suppress or repress those emotions, they will come out in other ways, usually very unresourceful ways, including mental health issues, drug and alcohol addiction, various abusive behaviors and things of that nature as well. We won't get too much into that today. I can go off on a tangent on that. It's super critical stuff. But if you watch my mental game playlist on YouTube, we'll keep doing a lot of information or content on that. We're brand new on YouTube, already over 200 subscribers. Can't believe that. Just in about a month. Over 525 followers on Twitter in under a month. And Telegram group, 170 members, I believe, today, which is just incredible. That's in 3.5 weeks. Super grateful for the support. The word is out about what we're doing here and about our calm and relaxed approach to trading. No Lambos, no private jets, no wads of cash, no big chains, and I have no problem with any of that stuff. I mean, it's fine if that's what people want. No cursing, no loud music, just calm, cool trading and following the markets and learning together, sharing. That's what we're about here. And if you're about that too, then come on, join us and spend more time here, and we'll do this together. All right. As I mentioned, the market is open here in London. The first candle is the 10-minute candle. I usually wait for that candle to close. That's another almost 7 minutes, 6 minutes and 50 seconds you'll see here on the countdown timer. And that really gives me direction, or really seeks to give me a little direction for the rest of the session. So that becomes my opening range. We're going to take a look now just at the 10-minute chart, and I'll show you what I've done here coming in. Let me show you yesterday first. These colored backgrounds are the 3 sessions around the globe. The darker blue on the left is the Asian session. Then we have the London session in the middle. Then we have the New York session, which is this greeny gray. And you'll see that's where the big move happened yesterday. Much bigger move. You see that range expansion there. And so today we're just basically, we're still in the Asian session. It started at around 8 o'clock my time last night. And now we're at 3 a.m. my time in New York. But 3 a.m. is when London opens because of the 6 or 7 hour time difference. And then we'll move into the New York session way over here, right? Way over here, right there, 9:30 a.m. my time. So it's a long day, an exciting day, interesting day usually, and I believe it will be today as well. Still 4 hours and 30 seconds left in this candle. Notice how it was a blue candle. A blue candle for me means a down candle, right? And now it's a white candle, which is an up candle. So this market is just trying to decipher which way it wants to go. On the opens here, of course, is when we have the opening of the London Stock Exchange and most of Europe as well. That's when a flurry of activity happens. Institutions and foundations and endowments and bank traders and retail traders and mutual fund managers and hedge funds, and everybody kind of kicks into gear. And the algorithms and the computerized programs all kick into gear and try to take sides. And it's a battle between the bulls and the bears and the longs and the shorts and the good and evil, depending on what side you're on. You'll notice that I have some zones drawn here. These are affectionately known as ZAR zones. They're really just support and resistance zones. There's nothing complicated about them. You'll notice that when I came in this morning, you won't notice, but when I came in this morning, there was nothing on these charts, just the session background color. So I knew that this was Asia. I just drew a zone below here on where there was some support, right, where prices stopped going down. I drew some here. I drew another one over here. And there's nothing really here, so I drew one up here. I could say that there's a line that I should be very cognizant of, the top of those bodies right there. But certainly this rejection area, that's a very big one. And that's why I just stopped this arrow here. But when we get above here, it's very clean traffic, and that is a very big zone, right? This is 178 points, 180 points from here to here, and there's nothing. See all this clean traffic? It's 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. These are all different days, right? All the way back to September, right? This is September 21st. This is the last time we had any kind of activity happening in this area here, right? And there was this massive rejection up here. There was a rejection here, rejection here, rejection there. So this is a very critical area, and why I have it marked off. I'm going to bring you back to the current day. This is where we are. But if prices can break above here, they should have no trouble rallying strongly up into this area. And we'll see if that happens or starts to happen today. It could happen this week, or it could drop all the way back down again. And I think this market is quite vulnerable, so we'll see. pure speculation. I just believe what the market's telling me on any given day. And right now it's telling me this little bit of information right here. That's what I'm focused on, looking to extract a few points here in the market. 1 minute and 37 seconds left in this candle, and this becomes my opening range. This first 10-minute candle becomes my basic starting point anyway in terms of opening range. I do it like this. See that there? And as long as prices are basically stuck inside of that opening range, there are no trades for me. Sometimes there will be, and sometimes, but for the most part, I won't trade during the opening range. Notice we're still in that first candle. That means the opening range is expanding. And so what I'm going to do is expand the opening range to facilitate that candle. It's not over yet. All right, there's still 45 seconds left in that candle. And then I'll send this off to my Telegram group so they can see exactly what I'm thinking. And they can make decisions on that basis based on their own model of trading and their own model of the world. And that's what we encourage doing. Many different trading styles out there. There are as many different trading styles as there are traders, so millions. And there are 1,001 ways to scalp and to day trade. And this is just one little way. This idea of having a 10-minute chart on the left and a 1-minute chart on the right like this, just one way, right? It's not the right way. It's not the only way by any stretch of the imagination. Each trader needs to determine what works for them and their unique brain wiring. And everyone's different. I'm going to also show you one more slide here today. This is what I call the Four Sisters. These are 4 indices. And they are the NASDAQ on the far left, then the Dow to the right, the S&P 500 to the right of it, and then finally the DAX, the German index, on the far right. So NASDAQ, Dow, S&P, and DAX. The reason I look at these is to look at to gauge synchronicity, congruency between the indexes or the indices to see how if they're moving in tandem or not. And we're also looking for possible divergence between them to give us clues as to what the next move might be. And what you'll notice here very quickly, that blue line, by the way, horizontal line right there, is the London Open. The London Open is the one that just happened, right? And you'll notice that they're all pretty much doing the same thing. All of them are trading, well, most of them are trading below their 20 EMA, which is that yellow line there. And they're trading, well, around the London Open. NASDAQ below, the DAX is below, the S&P is just below, and the Dow is actually just above, but not much. They're basically doing the same thing. So there's not a whole lot of information being shown us here right now. I'll bring you back to that 10-minute chart. You'll notice that the new 10-minute candle has started 2.5 minutes ago, as a matter of fact, but still trading inside of that open range. So not much happening. Just going to send this to my Telegram group. We have such a great group sharing their ideas and also having some fun this morning. They're calling me a machine, an artificial intelligence machine, because I get up so early, and I get up between about 1:30, well, between 1 and 2 o'clock really, it'd be most mornings, a.m. New York time. to trade the London session, and I trade all of London, all of New York, run the Telegram. I've done over 150 videos in the last month and uploaded them onto YouTube, and continue to produce content and manage the group and so on. And so they, for whatever reason, feel that's superhuman. And maybe it's just silly, I should be getting a lot more sleep. All right, still watching this candle unfold. We're very much range bound, as you can see right here in the middle of this open range, so nothing going on to speak of. Just watching. I will mention that these arrows are not predictions, by the way. For those who've been watching my videos, you know that, but I just want to make it clear for those who are new. This is not saying that this market is going to do this right now or today, or this is going to do this right now. These arrows are just showing areas where I believe that prices may flow freely because of the cleanish traffic to the left. Clean traffic, I mentioned this already, all this traffic over here, there's nothing really happening. And so once prices break above, they could move fairly quickly and easily. It doesn't mean they won't pull back here and create new zones, right? What you're likely to see actually is you might see an explosion of movement up here and then a pullback and then kind of one of these, in which case new zones would be created, up here, for instance, right? Another one up here along the way, and then we'd be using those to decipher and interpret what we may wish to do next, right? Does that make sense? I hope it does. And so as we get more information in the form of candles unfolding, candles printing, we'll be able to make more and more informed decisions as to what we want to do regarding our actual trade entries. All right, very range bound, guys. I'm not going to keep you here on the open. We could just sit here, for the next 2 hours and have nothing happen without breaking out of this range. But I will tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for prices to break out of this opening range area here and break into this zone up here. In which case, I might be looking for a buy opportunity up here. Here's what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to create another zone right here. This is a ZAR zone. It's really just a simple resistance zone. And to inform my brain that if prices break above there, that I would be looking for a potential buy to take me all the way up to this piece over here. And this zone, by the way, is about 29 points, right? It's not bad. A nice little 29 point, but I'll be cognizant of this area right here where that line is because of this rejection, a fairly violent rejection yesterday in the New York session. You can tell it's New York because of the colored background you see there, okay? And the same would be true down here. If we can get into this area, I might be looking for a sell. But there are a number of things I look for. Watch my videos to understand what those are, and explain those in great detail during my videos. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you a little bit later if there are any setups or in the New York session on the open or during the New York session. Have an amazing Tuesday, and we will talk soon. Take care, guys.